at the top of the Grand Bahama Police Department, the Chamber of Commerce installing its new administrative team, and a new day to be set for Junior Junkanoo.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, the Department of Statistics is reporting an increase in the number of employed persons in the Bahamas. And when it comes to Grand Bahama, there is some encouraging news as well. The Deputy Prime Minister sharing some statistics while speaking at the installation of officers for the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce today. President and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable K. Peter Turnquest, having the pleasure of being on the other side of the chamber installation process as he officially inducted the new board's leaders. He also took the opportunity to announce some good news. He says that a recent labor force survey indicated that employment in the country is up by some 1.8%, from 200,155 persons to 203,730 persons.
You will be happy to know that the labor force increased by 3,500 individuals from May 10th, 2017, some 3,575 persons were employed.
He also had some good news specifically for Grand Bahama pertaining to the unemployment rate.
Unemployment rate in Grand Bahama declined slightly from 12.4% in May to 12.1%. So, while it's not big numbers, I think we are all very, very appreciative of all of you who would be responsible for that 0.3% decline in unemployment here in Grand Bahama.
Inducted once again as President Mick Holding. He says that the Chamber is committed to the revitalization of the economy and will work with all major stakeholders. He says he believes that one of the key ways to make this happen is an increase in the local population.
I think it's vitally important that we increase the critical mass on our island by increasing the workforce, increasing the population. And in that way, the whole of our economy can benefit. Those of you who are currently in business and your market is predominantly a local market, have a limited market right now, and your businesses would find it difficult to expand unless we can find a way to increase the population, and in turn your businesses will prosper and succeed as well.
Holding will be assisted by Don Romance as first vice president and Lawrence Palmer as second vice president. The Minister of Labor, the Honorable Dion Folks, issuing a statement this afternoon on the latest labor statistics. Minister Folks says the government is encouraged by the increase of 3,575 new jobs since May of last year. He says their efforts to make it easier to do business for Bahamians and non-Bahamians is clearly paying off. As for Grand Bahama, the minister says the employment rate increasing in Grand Bahama by 0.03% is very encouraging. He contends that the pending sale of the Grand Lucayan hotels and the reinvigoration of the hospitality industry in Grand Bahama will significantly increase the employment opportunities on this island. However, Minister Folks notes that the government remains concerned about the high rate of unemployment among the youth and will redouble efforts in creating training and employment opportunities for young Bahamians. The Labor Minister concludes by saying they are confident that there will be greater opportunities for employment this year, not only in New Providence and Grand Bahama, but also in the other islands of the country. The new officer heading the Grand Bahama Police Department. Grand Bahama's new top cop comes with more than 30 years of experience in policing. The official handing over ceremony taking place this morning at the Gerald Bartlett Police Headquarters in Freeport. Kimberly Mullings was there.
Emmerich Seymour has held the post of the officer in charge of the Northern Bahamas District for nearly 7 years and was recently promoted to Deputy Commissioner of Police, now stationed in Nassau. Seymour found his time as a commander in the North rewarding.
I have enjoyed the fact that I was able to rise from a constable almost to a deputy commissioner, literally in Grand Bahama. And so the overall experience for me was an enriching one.
Police reports indicate that in the past 6 years, crime has decreased in Grand Bahama by 73%. Seymour credits public partnership for this achievement. He feels confident that he is now leaving the district in good, capable hands.
An upright man, a man who, an outstanding human being, an outstanding Bahamian, a man with impeccable character, and is able to carry Grand Bahama to the next level. He's a no-nonsense man. I know you've seen him from time to time. I'm speaking with members of the press in his capacity as the commander of the DU in Nassau. And so with that same resolve and that same enthusiasm he brings to Grand Bahama, it's my pleasure to hand over the reins of this district to Assistant Commissioner Samuel Butler.
Deputy Commissioner Seymour is now calling on the public to support his successor.
The same support you would have given me, and even more so now, I ask for you to throw your support behind Assistant Commissioner Samuel Butler as he leads the Grand Bahama District, as he take it to the next level. Remember, your police department is only as strong as you, the citizenry, wants it to be.
I'm just simply a servant of the people, and I've come to Grand Bahama to serve Grand Bahama with a human touch, but also with the understanding that we must execute the law.
ACP Butler notes the obvious importance of working along with stakeholders and the wider community of Grand Bahama. He says teamwork will bring about the synergy needed to continue to keep the island safe.
I want to pledge to the wider community that we will indeed seek to do our endeavor best to keep this community safe. By extension, I also ask for your support.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
In other news, Freeport businessman Edward Barrett Jr. was sentenced to 4 years in prison yesterday for smuggling 3 guns and 248 rounds of ammunition through his imports company, Sapona Import, in 2016. Barrett could spend an additional year in prison if he fails to pay a $15,000 fine. Magistrate Samuel McKinney convicted Barrett on charges of possession of firearms with intent to supply, possession of ammunition with intent to supply, possession of ammunition and importation of ammunition and firearms. Bahamas customs agents discovered 2 high-powered rifles and 248 rounds of ammunition of assorted caliber in a flat-screen television and a revolver in a laundry detergent box that Barrett had imported through his company on February 11, 2016, on behalf of Mary Jane Smith, a purported customer. The officers found the tied box inside a blue bin that contained groceries. During the trial, the court heard that Barrett's license to conduct an import-export business was canceled 3 years prior to the incident. Barrett was represented by attorney Wayne Monroe. Now it is official, the Junior Junkanoo Parade has been postponed. The Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee holding a press conference this afternoon, and a new date will be announced early next week.
After consultation with various stakeholders in this 19th annual Junior Junkanoo Parade, a decision has been made to postpone the parade to a later date due to inclement weather. And we always try and do what's best for our people, in particular the children. And in this regard, we thought the best thing to do is to, after having a vote by the schools, best thing to do is postpone it to a later date.
The winds were predicted to be easterly around 20 knots, with gusts as high as 30 knots, above 25. So that's far too strong for the parade. Rain chance was 20% or less, and it's still 20% or less. However, these winds are going to be a significant factor, and so it's advisable in these less than ideal conditions to postpone it because of the threat of strong winds. We had gale force winds predicted. Nassau has the same prediction, Grand Bahama the same. So after many models, the 20-knot winds gusting 25 look like should hold steady. The winds tend to drop off sometime after sunset. However, you cannot bank on that it's going to be strong the entire day, much of the day. Sunset is kind of too late for you to commence activity. And so weather-wise, it's advisable to postpone it.
The decision to reschedule tomorrow's parade came after consultation with various school groups. More than 31 schools are all excited to take part in the cultural show. Officials say the postponement is in the best interest of the children.
We do not want our little babies being lifted up and move along with that bad weather. And so parents, we just want you to hold on. I know you're excited about the parade and your babies being in that parade. We have our preschoolers who are excited about it, and schools coming from the east and also from the west. And so on behalf of the Ministry of Education, we want to let you know that we are in agreement because the safety of our children is utmost.
One of the main priorities for the police is to ensure public safety. So we're here in support of the Junkanoo Committee, and whatever decision they make, the police will support them. And on the date that they select in the future, the police will be there for high visibility to make sure that the parade is conducted in an environment that is safe for everyone.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues in just a moment.